Mike McGinn skated this morning. Is he a candidate to play tonight?
He's available tonight. He's out of the COVID protocol, but he will not play. And the reason is because he's been in his hotel room in Dallas for 5 or 6 days.
Mike, we saw obviously Jeff Carter on Malkin's left wing. Is that something you feel like might be able to stick longer term, or is that more of a short term thing based on the people you have healthy?
I think it's the potential to keep them together is always on the table. We'll make those decisions as we go, depending on what our lineup looks like, which players are available to us. We're going to try to put combinations together that give us balance, but also putting complementary players together that gives us the best opportunity to be successful. So, right now, based on the players, the personnel group that we've had and circumstance with respect to Gino, we've made that decision to play Karts with Gino, but that can change. We also like Karts in the middle. He's been a real good center iceman for us.
You had 20 guys show up for an optional today. Any particular reason for the larger than usual turnout?
My guess is it's probably based on the number of players we have here right now, but also the fact that it's a 7:30 game sometimes influences players in whether or not they want to exercise their option.
Looked like Jason Zucker was in a regular jersey out there for that optional skate, but where does he stand as far as his progress?
So his status really hasn't changed. He's getting stronger every day, and I wouldn't read into the jersey colors too much at this point during a morning skate.
Is there any update on any of your COVID guys?
Not really. They're all still in the COVID protocol. Obviously, like, for example, Ginner tested out of it. That's why he's here. And you guys have the COVID protocol, so you know the specifics of it probably better than I do at this point. But the other guys, depending on what meeting the criteria to test out of it, some of it's time, the amount of days, and then there's other aspects of it as well. And when those guys test out of it, that's when we'll get them.
Like, it might feel funny to use the word continuity for this team based on the number of injuries and illnesses, but with Ron Hextall, he hasn't made a lot of trades. You guys have pretty much had the same group together, aside from a couple tweaks to the lineup. From a team building standpoint, just what do you see the benefits to having the same group together? Because it seems like it's a contrast to like when Jim Rutherford was here, and there were a lot of trades and a lot of moving pieces on the roster.
Well, I just think when they're on a lot, then when there's not a lot of movement, players have an opportunity to build relationships and things of that nature. I think the circumstances are very different with respect to each general manager. I think the pandemic has a lot to do with it. There haven't been a lot of trades around the league, so that I'm sure that has an impact on it. But for me, I think we've had a lot of similar players here. The core group has been here for a while. Those guys, I think, do such a great job with welcoming new guys when they come into our dressing room. The stability of our roster this year, I think, helps us build chemistry, and that's I think that's a strength of this team right now.
How about Radim Zahorna? There was a lot of promise and potential for him. How do you evaluate the way his season has unfolded, and are there additional steps you'd like to see him take given this NHL opportunity?
So I thought Z had a real strong game in Anaheim. I thought his line was really good as well, and he was a big part of it. He's had a tough start to the season with respect to injuries and COVID and illness and things of that nature. So he hasn't had the opportunity, I think, to play a lot of hockey and get into a lot of games in Wilkes-Barre. And so that's been a difficult challenge for him in this early part of the season. But we're real encouraged with his play since we've had him here in Pittsburgh. And I think his challenge moving forward, I think, is just to continue to grow as a player, work on his conditioning. But we're real encouraged with his game. He's a big, strong guy. He's got a long reach. He has good hockey sense. He has offensive instincts. He can make a play. He has good hands, real good hands for a guy as big as he is. I think his pace continues to improve, and we're trying to help him with the conditioning aspect. And that's just one of the things I think that's important, given the fact that he's missed the amount of time that he's missed here in this early part of the season.
GRA tonight, Mike?
Yes.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.